Hello, my friends. And Tani, you're just right on time. It's nice to see you. Happy holidays to you. This is going to be me, Shelley Marinka, live solo because Robin and Courtney have some other things going on. And I've been MIA for the last month because I've been traveling. Hi, Elena. So good to see you. So Robin informed me that you all have been talking about closing the year and reflecting on what worked, what didn't work, the way that you did things, maybe some changes that you want to implement. And hi, Diane, welcome. And also setting intentions for the new year. So I want to talk about that just a little bit. Now, you may all know that there is a really powerful lesson in the December habits for actually reflecting on this past year and actually giving some thoughts to create a vision for what you want to happen in 2025. And I don't know about you, but put in the comments below if you're really excited about 2025. I just feel energetically that it's going to be a really magnetic and powerful year. And one of the ways that we can do that is to actually believe that for ourselves. So my question to you today is, have you ever felt like it's time to step out of the box that you are in and create something truly new for yourself? Do you feel like you want to just get out of that box and create something new? Well, I know I do, and I'm going to, and I'm really excited about that. But what about you? So the purpose and the reasoning behind taking a look at where we've come from and where we're going is because that puts us in the middle of transition to determine where it is that we want to go. If we don't ever look back and reflect on what we have created, what we've lived through, what we've experienced, and what we've learned, then it's difficult to put on a new set of eyes with the new set of eyes with a new perception on our vision for what we want to create in the upcoming year. Maybe for you, you accomplished everything on your to-do list in 2024, and yet you're sitting in a place right now where you don't know what it is that you want to create for 2025. I was there over the last few months reflecting on the year and what has happened, what I created, and what I want in the new year. And I just got back from a remarkable empowering retreat where I have so much clarity and so much focus about where I'm going. So I want to encourage you guys to go back into the lesson. There's some really powerful questions in there. And what I suggest that we do, and I suggest this for my clients, is that every day, from here until the new year, and even the first week in the new year, take one question and journal about it and really reflect. And it's important to know where we came from so that we know where we're going. And if we forget to take a look at that, then we might just get lost in the middle and be a little bit overwhelmed. But I'm sure that deep down in your heart, you have some really deep desires of what you want to create and how you want to become and show up in this life. And there's no better time than now to be able to do that, right? Like, you have greatness inside you. You have dreams inside you. And we also have this inner critic voice that speaks a language to us that we really don't like to hear, and it's not true. And that's called our ego. So in order to override the ego, what we need to do is really get in touch with who we truly are, get in touch with the divine within us, and also take a look at what your purpose is, what your calling is. And the easiest way that I found how to do that is to be in solitude and reflection and connecting with the divine in me, connecting with God in you, connecting with spirit in you, and see if you can get some clarity about your calling and what it is that you're doing. And we're going to be talking about this on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Uncorked Conversations, right? So if you haven't made it to Uncorked Conversations yet, I highly recommend it. For those of you that are watching, please put something in the comments about your experience with Uncorked Conversations. But this is a place for us to spend an hour on Zoom with your favorite beverage and connect with each other, woman to woman, heart to heart. This is a space where we hold you, we hold each other, we listen to each other. And we're going to talk about some reflections that we have from the past and perhaps what's held us back and what we want to overcome in this coming year so that we can actually step truly into our power, into our full selves, into our true self, to really give the gift of who you are to the world. And let me check the time because Robin said, y'all, I've been keeping this at about 10 minutes. Where did she go? All right, so I wanted to share something with you. These, I don't know if any of you know who Carolyn Mace is, but I love her and I followed her for a long time. And she talks about getting together every year with her closest girlfriends, and they sit at a round table in person with their favorite beverages, and they go over some questions for the new year. Now, I shared with you that in the lesson, Robin and Courtney created some great reflections, and I just looked at it and scanned it, and I felt a little bit overwhelmed. So that's why I want to encourage you to just find one question or topic that resonates with you in that December habit, and then journal about it, write about it, actually have a conversation with your best friend about it. Like, what's better than to actually be with one of your friends and so that you can be heard completely, and then you can do the same for them, and you both can reflect together about a particular question. But take one a day so that you don't get overwhelmed. And stuff that doesn't fit, that doesn't land with you, let it go and go with what does land with you. But there are some really powerful reflective questions in the December habit. And so what I want to give you today, and when the lesson is over and I upload it, I will post these 3 questions because they're out of the box from what is in the habit lesson. And welcome, Mary. And they really touch my heart because they go a little bit deeper. And for those of you who know me, I love to just drop down deep and have heart-to-heart conversations, because to me, that's where I find my truth. And this is, I've been divinely guided and led all my life, but most importantly, I've tapped into it over the last decade. And this is really where my truth lies. And I follow spirit and my guidance as to where I'm supposed to go. And these questions might take you a little bit closer into that, ladies. So one of the questions that Carolyn sits down and has reflections with her girlfriends that we'll also do in Uncork Conversations. What do you hope for this coming year that is different from other years? And if you have a pen and paper, I'll say it one more time. What do you hope for the coming year that is different from other years? And the second question is, how do you want to improve your life this year? Not anybody else's life. How do you want to improve your life? Remember that self-love is not selfish. Self-love is self first. And then the third one I want to share with you is, what do you want to contribute to your community to make it a better place? And I love this question because we are living in a time of disconnection, and I know we're all feeling it. Every woman I talk to is feeling it. And that's why we have this community here in Forever Young. And that's why we have Uncork Conversations. That's why I hold women's circles. And if you want to know more about any of this, just reach out to me in Forever Young or on Instagram. And so contributing to our community, I think, is powerful because, one, it opens up our network. So if you are someone who loves to share wellness, then it opens up our network to meet other people who might be looking for what we have to share with them. And also, it gives us a sense of service, right? We are here to serve. And so when we can serve in our community, we not only make good friends and we get to know our neighbors in our community, but we're giving back and we're serving. And that is a beautiful gift that we can receive by doing it, right? It's that win-win situation. When we give and when we volunteer, we sometimes get more back than what we're giving out. Has anyone ever experienced that? In communities. So I like that one. And what I want to encourage you to do is, these are questions posing for, what we want to create for ourselves and what kind of vision we want to have for next year. Well, what it also does is gives us the power for our vision so that we can start stepping into it and feeling it and getting emotional about it and writing it down so that we can bring it about. And we'll talk about that more because I I really love helping people create their vision for the new year and then make a meditation and then, you know, open up your day with that vision. And it's really powerful how you're going to be able to create it. But what you want to do first is reflection on the final year, because you'll get some of your questions answered, and you'll discover what I've discovered by doing that reflection in the past is I've discovered where I experienced a lack of success or failure, I should say. And so it'll show you what you don't want to repeat. You know, we don't want to repeat what's not working for us anymore. And also, it's really important to acknowledge all the things that you brought about this year, big or small, all of it, and acknowledge it. And then dive down deeper underneath what you've created and what you acknowledged for what you accomplished in the year, and find out what the drivers were for that. Because, and then you can ask yourself, are the drivers the same for this new year going into it? Or are your drivers going to be different? And what I mean by drivers is your why, your motivation, your inspiration. Maybe you need to just break completely out of the box and find inspiration from a brand new place. So that's what I've got for you today. I think my 10 minutes is up. And so what I want to wish for you all is to have a very happy holidays. We are going to download this video, and it will be on Robin's personal page, my personal page, Courtney's, I think. And share it with your friends. And one of the things I want to ask you is to bring those that you love into this community for next year, because we're going to grow and expand. And the only way that we can do that is bringing those people that we care about into our community so that we can create deeper relationships and connections. And I wish you all a very happy holidays. I believe we're going to see you next Monday. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at Shelley Marenka, and you can reach out in Forever Young. Please post maybe a takeaway that you got once this video gets uploaded. I'm sending you all so much love, and it's great to be back. I'll see the Fab 7 tomorrow morning. Thanks for being here, you guys. Love ya. Now let's see how to get out of the video.